All right, hello everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. Today, our topic is have to do with the topic we mentioned yesterday in the video. Yesterday, we made a short video for 15 minutes or less, and actually, we took it down as we always do. But in case you want to download it, you did not watch it, you want to have it again, you can go to minds.com and you can download the video. And I always encourage people to subscribe to that page, which is it's the same actually as like Facebook, YouTube. It's a mix where you can load videos, have your own page, your friends. The good thing about minds.com, it's owned by conservative who will not take your videos down because you're offending somebody. Not like YouTube and Facebook. So please subscribe. It's more stable there and always going to be a backup in case you lost communication. So the topic today is about Allah. Allah, the name of the God of the Muslims. The Muslims, they have tons of articles about Allah is coming from the Hebrew. Allah is the same as the God of the Christians, the Jews. Allah, but the Muslims are missing the point. And always we notice that Muslims are hypocrites regarding the word Allah. When they want, Allah should not be used by the Christians. When they want, it's okay to be used by the Christians. So how it work? In countries like Malaysia, where the radical Muslims, or let us say the real Muslims, taken over the country, they force the Christians there not to use the word Allah in their churches, which is wrong word to use anyway. And actually, I am against using such a word because this is a false translation for any Bible you have in your hand. And you as a Christian, you should not ever use the word Allah in your book or in your prayer, for Allah is a pagan God, have nothing to do with our God. However, those people, they have different background and they live with Muslims. And for sure, when they are a minority, and actually most of them, they are ex-Muslims, so still are using the word Allah. The Muslim, they noticed that a lot of people live in Islam in those countries, and they thought about it, how and why. So they come to a conclusion, maybe because those people, they are using the same word we use for Allah, for God, which is Allah. And by the way, the Muslims, Allah is a name, is not a word meaning God, as many foolish people they say to you. And it contains two words, Al, which means God, and Lah, which is the name of the God of Islam. So Al-Lah is the name of their God. Al means God, Lah is the God name. When the Muslim, they try and work hard and write article trying to convince us that Allah is the same God is in the Bible. And then in the same time, we see Muslims working hard to forbid a Christian from using that word. I mean, how that can be? How in one country or two countries or three countries it says you cannot use the word Allah, for this is the name of the God of the Muslims, and you Christian cannot use it, but yet we see Muslims in the West try to convince us that this is the same God. It is hypocrisy. When the Muslim, they feel that using the word Allah is for their benefit, they encourage people to use the word Allah. When they feel it's not for their benefit, as we see in the screen, then they forbid the Christians from using it. And actually, for me myself, I forbid myself from using the word Allah in any way, in any mean. Allah is not a God, and he never was, and he will never be. Now, just to make it simple for the Muslims, I say to myself, let us today talk about different kind of thing. What if the Muslims decide not to call Allah Allah? Still, that will not change anything. If you search in the internet, if you search, you will find many funny people saying things to you which is absolutely false. They are saying to you that the word Allah is diverted from here and there. As you see in the screen. And this is even, I heard that even from some those who even fight in Islam and speak against Islam. But you know, people, they speak with their ignorance. Allah is a contraction of al-ilah, meaning the God. Arab Christians refer to God as Allah, so stop telling me how to translate the word. This is something, I'm not going to mention the name of the person who sent this message, but he's very well known. A Christian complained to him saying, why you are using the word Allah? So he said to him, as you see in the screen, showing the ignorance of those people. Al-ilah have nothing to do with Allah. And there's nothing is called al-ilah. You see, we mentioned, we taught you before that il is a word meaning God. Al, it's the same word as il, but it's an ancient one, which means it's older. So il is not a name. And in the Aramaic, ilaha, it's not really the lah of the moon god. You see, the problem is that, you know, if somebody stole a word from somebody, then we thought or we think that, okay, all of them are the same and all of them, they are mentioned in the same book. And I will make it simple for you. In the Hebrew today, they use the word il. But il, one day, it used to be even a pagan god. So at the end of the day, as long as you are using a language which shared by many nations before you and after you, then you will find yourself at the end going to something, you know, far from what you think. However, for us at the end, when we use a word, it's not really what the word is, it's what it's meant by it. As an example, when somebody, he's a Christian, he say God, he mean Jesus. When a Muslim, he say God, he mean Allah. But this God is different from God. When somebody is a Hindu, he uses the same word God in English. But the word God is just a generic word, mean God. It doesn't matter who, you know, and it's about what you meant. For the Muslims, if you ask any Muslim, they will say to you that Allah is a name of their God. It's not a word mean God. It is a name. If we try to explain a little bit, let us do this. We will type for you the words in the screen to explain for those who they are new. Or actually, you know what, let us go to the Muslim website and show you what we are talking about. All the names and all the titles about the God of Islam are stolen from somebody. Even the word Muslim is not belong or does not belong to Muslims. Everything they have, even the word Quran, it does not belong to Islam. Even the word Assalamu alaikum, this is a Jewish greeting. So when the Muslims, they try to say to you, we have similarity, that's not because we are similar, but because their prophet is nothing but a thief, and he stole from whoever around him. And who is around him? There's Jews and those some Christian cults, and there's a Sabian, which is, you know, they are the Aramaic people. If you look at me on the screen here, you will find that the name of Allah appear twice in the screen in two verses, the first two verses in the Quran. Here and here. But you will notice that there is a difference between them. Let us zoom in more to make it more clear for you. You will notice in this area here, in this word, there is a letter here. Do you see it? This letter. I'm going to draw in the top of it. But this letter does not exist here. How we can take a letter from a name? We cannot. You cannot take any letter from a name. The name always have to stay as it is because there's no additional letters to it. If you say George, it's George. If you say Joseph, it's Joseph. If you say John, it's John. That's it. You cannot take take letters from it. So what is the secret behind this letter here is disappearing? It's very simple, because this is not part of the name. We explained to you before that Allah contained two words. Al-Lah. And now you can go and search for the God, which is Lah, and you will find that Lah is the moon god. Now the Muslim, they will say to you, well, the Quran says don't worship the moon, neither the sun. So how you say, our God is the name of the moon god? That will not change the fact that still Lah is the moon god. Muslims themselves, they don't even know where the name is coming from, because all of Islam is a theft of other religions. However, if we go in the Quran, we will find the Quran speaking about that the Arab, they believe that their God Lah, or Allah, which means Al-Lah, he have the daughters. If we ask ourselves, if we go with the Muslims and we say, okay, you know what, Allah is not the moon god, how in the world the Arab they come with those daughters? If you notice with me here, you see when the Muslim they try to deny that their God Allah, his name is not Allah, it is Al-Lah, you will notice here is the same exactly in their book. Do you notice with me? Al-Lat. Do you see it? Al-Uzza. Those are goddesses. Those are the three daughters of Allah. And Manat. And the reason Al-Manat does not have Manat, because this is the goddess of death, as some scholars they say. However, Al-Lat, which means God Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, God Al-Uzza. Your God is not the moon god, but yet the Arab believe that the sun god married from the moon god and they have three daughters. So how in the world this happened? If your God is not the moon god, what made the Arab for centuries and centuries, including the families of Muhammad, believe in Allah in such a way? If Allah is not the moon god who married from the sun god and he had three daughters, guys, do you understand what I'm saying? Somebody saying, well, Islam and Christianity both are false or stupid. Jesus created the atmosphere. Well, you tell me who created then Maybe it's you. Maybe you who created the atmosphere. Maybe you can tell me who created you. So you notice here, if the Muslims they try to avoid saying that Allah is not the moon God as they claim, then they have to answer for something very, very strong evidence that yes, Allah is the moon God. If you go and search in Google, search for the reason Allah he been called that he have 3 daughters. Simply because this is what the Arab they believed, that Allah marry from the sun god and they have children, which is 3 daughters. Now Muhammad, he is a person who came under the influence of Judaism and Christianity, so he reject the idea that Allah has 3 daughters, but still he approved the same Allah. So now he stripped them from the 3 daughters, but still he adopted the same God they worship. So nothing changed. All what he said, I don't believe he have 3 daughters. Now, if you read the Quran, you will find that supposedly Allah complaining, which is showing us that the one who made the Quran is an idiot. When Allah he mentioned that the Arab they gave him 3 daughters, Al-Lat and Al-Uzza and Manat, the 3rd one. Allah he said to them, huh, are yours the males and his the females? Allah complaining not about having children, Allah complain about having children which is girls. And the funny, the Muslim they say to us, the Quran says that the Arab they used to have bad face if they heard that their wife she gave birth to a daughter. But look here, the one who have a bad face and complain is Allah. Allah is complaining, and not only he is complaining, he says indeed this is unfair division. And here you notice that Muhammad, when he made this verse, he was trying to convince the Arab that it is not suitable for Allah and it's not fair to give him daughters, and for you have the boys. And here you will see how funny and stupid the argument is. Let us say Allah trying to convince me that he have no daughters. What does have to do with saying, oh for you the males and for me the females? For sure this is unfair. You know what I mean? So Muhammad, he was, because he hate females, he look at them down. The Arab they worship females as gods. Muhammad he considered the females as sex toys. So because of that, Muhammad he rejected the idea that he, Allah, he have 3 daughters to believe in. But then we see that Muhammad he believed that even he killed one of the daughters of Allah. Who of you remember the story of Al-Uzza? Anyone remember? If you have the link for it in English, somebody can share it with me, please. According to Muhammad, he sent Khalid ibn Walid to kill the daughter of Allah, Al-Uzza, and he killed her. Now think about it. If Muhammad don't believe really that Allah have 3 daughters as the Quran here is saying to us, how it looked like it, how then Muhammad claim that he sent his own man to kill Al-Uzza if there is no Uzza? Let me see if I can find the hadith in Arabic, in English, sorry. All right. This is a Muslim website. It's called abdulrahman.org. The article is Khalid ibn Walid killing the devil at the idol Al-Uzza. Tafsir Ibn Kathir. He killed Al-Uzza, not the devil. He killed Al-Uzza. Let us go to Ibn Kathir and see what it says. The Kaaba beside the three idols that Allah mentioned in his glorious book. Allah mentioned these three here because they were more famous than others. An-Nisa'i recorded from that he said that when the messenger conquered Mecca, he sent Khalid bin Walid to the area of Nakhla, where the idol of Al-Uzza was erected on the three trees of the forest. Khalid cut out the three trees and approached the house built around it and destroyed it. When he went back the prophet and informed him of the story, the prophet said to him, "Go back, you did not finish your mission." Khalid, he went back, and when he arrived there again, he found somebody calling. Who was calling me now? He found Al-Uzza there. He found a woman. That was Al-Uzza. Muhammad ibn Ishaq narrated. Al-Lat belonged to the tribe of Taif, in the area of Taif, Bani, etc. So every god belonged to a tribe. And then he found Al-Uzza, and Al-Uzza was a woman. And this woman, she have a dark skin. And then Khalid, he killed her, slaughtered her, and he came back to Muhammad and he told him, "I killed this woman, which is Al-Uzza." And then Muhammad, he said to him, "Okay, now you finish your job." Do you see it? So when Muhammad, he confirmed in his story that he killed Al-Uzza, that means Muhammad himself, he believed that Al-Uzza and Manat and Al-Lat is a three women, they exist, they are real. He started invoking by calling Al-Uzza. When Khalid approached it, he found the naked women whose hair was untidy, and who was throwing sand on her in her head. Khalid killed her with the sword and went back to the Messenger of Allah, who he said to him, "This is Al-Uzza." Do you see it? How Muhammad don't believe that Allah have three daughters, and then Muhammad, he killed Al-Uzza, and she is a real woman. And as you see, we are not showing you our own books. This is the book of Ibn Kathir, and this is the Muslim False translation as usual. So the Muslim, they try to cover always the roots of their cult, that it is the moon god who had sex with the sun god and has 3 daughters. And here we go, even their prophet himself, he believed that he is the one who killed Al-Uzza. What more we need more than this as a proof? If this is not enough for us to prove that Muhammad, he himself believed in Al-Uzza, what else is going to prove it to us? Now, let us say, for the sake of argument, the Muslim God, his name is not Allah. Let us say the Muslim, they change the name, they call him Jehovah, they call him Yahweh, they call him Christ. Let us be generous. Still, we as Christians, we cannot accept the God of Islam to be our God, because our problem with the Muslims is not about his name, it's about who is he, about ethic, about teaching. You see, the Messiah, he said, from their fruits you shall know them, not from their names. The Messiah, he says, my sheep, they know me and I know my sheep. We know him not by the name. The Messiah, he said, there's many, they will come and they will be false prophet, and we have to examine the spirit. Our God, first of all, is a spirit. Allah is not. Allah is not a spirit. And the Jews believe that God is a spirit too. That's why if you go to Genesis verse number 1 and 2, it says clearly that God created the whole world and his spirit was above the water. He's a spirit. The God of Islam has no spirit. So for us as a Christians, as a Jews, we have different God even by nature. Their God is not a spirit. He has no spirit, and his name is different from the name of our God. What else? Heaven. The heaven of Allah is full of sex and boys and penises and vagina, and God, he created a lot of women just for sex toys. The heaven of Islam is Las Vegas, but more ugly. In Las Vegas, still people, they cannot walk naked in the street, and they cannot if each other as they wish. In Islam, Las Vegas of Allah, everybody is effing everybody. And you remember, before we have a Muslims here who confirm to us that in the heaven of Allah, everybody can if everybody. Even you can if their prophet, and I am just quoting the Muslim words. And actually, I can play the video for you again, in case you are a Muslim, you don't believe me. Even you can have sex with your mother, you can have sex with your sister, you can have sex with anyone you want, you wish.
Can you hear me?
Yes, mute YouTube, please.
Sorry?
Mute YouTube so we don't have double voice. What do you want to say to us, Mr. Ras? Why you are upset? You said you said this guy is a fraud.
Sin in heaven.
Huh?
Nothing is sin in heaven.
Thank you very much. That's what I'm saying. In heaven, you can have sex with the goat. It's fine for you, right? Nothing sin. There's no sin. You can have sex with your mother. Okay.
Yes.
Well, okay. So you are proud about having sex with your mother. You and your father, you will have sex with the same woman, which is your mother.
Anything. Anything is fun. Everything comes from God in heaven.
No problem. So in the heaven of Allah, you will have a threesome, you and your father and your mother in the bed.
Okay.
And you don't see that there's something wrong with that.
What do you not understand about nothing is sin?
Well,
Sin
I'm just
is-
trying to understand,
we
my friend.
think
You
it's
see, I'm not
sin.
smart like
Listen,
you.
we think it's sin due to our social
Okay,
structure.
if Zakir Naik, I'm not trying to insult, by the way. I'm not trying to insult. Don't take me wrong, please. You know, I have not. I don't know you.
are.
Okay, no, I'm not trying to insult. If Zakir Naik, he want to have sex with your sister, and you like your sister, so are you willing, you and Zakir Naik, to share your sister together?
In this case, Zakir Naik in heaven, he would have a situation in which he could.
He could. So you and your sister and your Zakir Naik in one bed.
But it wouldn't be wouldn't be my sister.
Why not?
In heaven, think of it as anything can happen.
Oh, anything can happen. So your sister, it's possible that you and Zakir Naik having sex with your sister in the same time. That's amazing. I mean, what I can say. This is beautiful, my friend. I'm really in touch. I'm thinking now to convert to Islam. And can you tell me what is the wisdom behind this? Why? Why your sister and Zakir Naik and you in the bed and you don't see that there is something wrong with that? Why do you think there's nothing wrong with that?
Look, okay, due to our social structure and morals, yes, it's wrong. But when you get to heaven, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yes.
What if somebody want to have sex with the Prophet Muhammad, peace upon him?
If it's in heaven, yes.
So the Prophet, he will take off his panty, he will bend over, and we will see somebody doing him from his behind.
In my heaven, yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. And in my heaven, yes. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? So you change the name of your God. Change it. Name him Jehovah if you want. You know, the Jehovah's Witnesses, they name their God Jehovah, but they're not our God. Even this, they use almost the same Bible. They change some translation. Still, they are no Christian. They don't believe in the same God we believe in. So our differences with you Muslims is not about God. A name. Your God is not our God for sure. Your God is demonic. He's satanic. You know, this is what this have to do with God? What kind of God he says in the heaven nothing is sin and you can F everybody and you go there just to F? Everybody is horny and they are effing like you know, like dogs, you know, walking in the street and everybody jumping over everybody. Do whatever you wish, your mother, your sister, your daughter. So when we talk about God, we are not really discussing name. Who cares about the name of your God? Your God is not qualified to be considered holy. He's sick. He's mad. He's satanic. Additional to that, we hear Muslims saying to us that you Christians, you believe in a man and you worship him as God. If we go with this argument, the Muslims, they say to us that we believe in a man who is God. But our man is a 1 billion time holy more than your God. He said he and she in heaven, they will not have sex, they will not get married, they will be the same as angels. So how you explain that man, as you call Jesus, and God, as you call Allah, that the man, he have a very high standard of ethic, and the one you call him God is very savage and very low, and all his religion is about penises and vagina and orgasm. What kind of God he says you will have 70 years orgasm? What this is about? Why he is mad about sex? Why so much concentration in sex? That's why I have a book, it's called Sex and Allah, just to show people how much mad this cult. It's all of Islam is based on what? It's based on sex. Why a Muslim he pray to Allah? Is that because he love Allah? No, when you go to heaven so he can F everybody. Why somebody want to commit suicide and explode himself? Is that because he love Allah? No, he want to get the virgins. Right? So When you say to us you worship a man, will you tell us why the man we have as God, as you claim, he is qualified to be God, but your God is not even qualified to be the devil? The devil, even he don't have satanic ideas as much as your God. In the whole Quran, we cannot find one verse punishing those who do child molestation or child rape. Do we know why? Muhammad himself was a child molester. How he will make a verse condemning having sex with the children if he himself he do have sex with the children? The God of Islam teach the Muslims to enjoy a human sacrifice. The funny, the Muslims, they say, Christians, you believe in a human sacrifice and blood sacrifice. That's a big fat lie. We don't believe in that. We did not sacrifice Jesus, and that then will make us believe in a human sacrifice. Human sacrifice is you bring somebody and you slaughter him to make God happy. We did not do that. Neither we sacrifice Jesus, neither we killed Jesus, and neither we ask for his death. Christianity is totally the opposite. Christ, he come to earth, Christ, he was killed, and Christ, he himself, he said, nobody can take myself from me, but I lay myself down. And that is not a human sacrifice. And actually, as you see, as long as we believe that Jesus is God, it's not a human sacrifice no more. It's God sacrificing himself to us. It is you Muslims who believe in a human sacrifice to make Allah happy. I think we have a Muslim trying to call. Let us see. Okay, I went to the Imam today and I asked him something you said in my video. He got really rude to me and he did not answer my question. I feel like he was hiding something. Okay, this is a Muslim telling me what his Imam told him, that the Imam, he did not answer him and he was rude for him or with him. I thought he is going to call. Okay, he says he got rude to me and he did not answer my question. I feel like he was hiding something. He asked him about what? About something he saw in my previous videos. All right. Look at this Muslim. Guys, sometimes Muslims are very funny. This guy, he said to me, I will respond to your point soon, inshallah. I said to him, call. He said, when I am ready in a few weeks. I need the answer first. Okay. Okay. Let it go, let it go. Somebody asking about, they saw my video about the punishment for girls in the Quran for lesbian, where the women, they should be jailed until they die, chapter 5:16 and 5:15. Sorry, 4. And she is asking if there's like a verse in the Quran about where it says that those verses abrogated. No, there's nowhere in the Quran it says that those verses abrogated. Those are abrogated in the Hadith, supposedly, not in the Quran. And this has shown us another face of the cult of Islam, because how God, he says something and then man says something else, and then we take what the man say above what God said. And what kind of God? He changed his words, I mean, just in a few weeks or a few months or a few years. You see, this, we are not talking about a prophet who came many centuries before, and then a prophet come after him a few centuries after, and now time is different, society is different, so we abrogate the law. It's the same society, the same people.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead. All right.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, we have to block you. Take care. Anyway, if we go and examine the Quran, not only examining the nature of Allah, Allah have is a physical being. He have hands, he have mouth, he have fingers, 5 fingers, he have 2 hands on the right side, he have a shin, he have a foot, but yet Allah is not a man. And if we ask the Muslims who is Allah, they do not know. They have no idea. How you know Allah have hands? They say the Quran says that he have hands. How you know he have 5 fingers? They say the Hadith says he have 5 fingers. How you know that he have foot? It says the Hadith says he have 5 foot. Okay. Can we compare Allah to anything? They say no, we cannot compare Allah to anything. How you cannot compare Allah to anything and then you says that he have hands? The second you said he have hands, you just compare parts of your God to what we have. How you say Allah have a foot? By saying that he have a foot, you just compare God to what we have. You know, in our language, the word foot have a meaning. The word hand have a meaning. We don't use the word foot when we are talking about hand for a reason. For they look different and their job is different. Do you see the hadith? Allah will put his foot over it, and the fire will say Qati Qati. And this is physically, literally a real foot. The hands of Allah are real hands. So now we have God who have hands, have foot, have face, have a shin, he have 2 hands in the right side of him. But in the top of that, he don't have a spirit. Then he is not a spirit. So what we can make out of this God? He must be an idol. What is different between idol and a living being? The living being have a soul or a spirit. The idol is just a material. According to Muslims, Allah is just material. And obviously he have a defect in his creation or his resembling. Have you ever heard of a God he have 2 hands in the right side? Even lizard don't do have that, you know. I mean, it doesn't make sense. And why he have them both in the right side? Everything have a reason. What is the reason? If there is a Muslim, he can explain to us why Allah have 2 hands in the right side. They know nothing. They can explain nothing. They are just a parrot who keep repeating without understanding. A person who is a believer in Islam, in order to believe in Allah, You have to do things Allah He asked you to do. What you need to do to become a believer? You have to obey Muhammad. So Islam is not based on the name of Allah. Really, Islam is based on the name of Muhammad. This is why the Shahada contain two names, not one name. The name of Allah and the name of a man. His name is Muhammad. And the Quran actually made it clear that you have to obey the messenger, and whoever obey the messenger, who obey Allah. And if you don't obey the messenger, you are not obeying Allah. And even Muhammad, he made verses saying with no shame that the one who obey him obey Allah. And you remember, we proved to you many times that the Quran confirmed that Muhammad is a sinner. So how God, he says, obey a sinner, and by obeying the sinner you obey me? We have a Muslim saying this guy, he need to debate scholars in Islam. My friend, call your scholar, let him call me. We are live on air. وَمَنْ يَطِعَ الرَّسُولِ فَقَدْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهِ. Whoever obey Muhammad, he obey Allah. How dangerous that is. They say to us that you Christians worship a man. In fact, we don't. We obey God. For us, the Messiah is God who came to us as a man. We are not worshiping a man. The word became a flesh, not the flesh became a word. For us, when we obey Jesus, we are obeying God. In Islam, they claim that they are obeying Allah, but as you see, whoever obey Muhammad, he obey Allah. Muhammad first. How Muhammad is not a perfect creature or creation, and then he gave him perfection of obedience. To make it simple for you, if you obey a person like me, claiming by obeying me you are obeying God, that's mean I am God, because I just replaced your God by myself. And as long the Quran confirmed that Muhammad is a big time sinner, then how we can replace obedience of God by obedience of man, which is a sinner? Sinner man. In chapter 48, verse number 2, it says, may Allah forgive you, Muhammad, for your past and the coming sin. So look what the Quran confirmed to us. Muhammad, he made verses in the Quran saying that Allah saying that may Allah forgive him for his past and coming sin. So Muhammad did sin in the past. Muhammad is going to do sin in the future. And Muhammad made a verse claiming that Allah told him that may your sin forgiven in the past and the future to come. And here you notice something fishy with this verse, proving that the one who made it is a man. If Allah is the one who's talking, how in the world Allah will say that Allah may forgive thee of the sin? May Allah? Who is the one who's talking? Allah. Allah is saying that may Allah forgive sin or your sin? Obviously, the idiot who made this verse, he forgot to switch and to speak as if he is Allah. Still he is talking as if he is Muhammad. If Allah is talking, he should not mention his name, and he should not say me. This is a wish. This is a wish, a prayer from somebody asking somebody to forgive his sin. In this case, Muhammad is asking Allah to forgive his sin. But as you see, the verse is not meant to be this way. The verse says, according to Muslims, Muhammad is not talking here. The one is talking is Allah. You see, if the Muslim they say, okay, the one is talking here is Muhammad, then we can say, okay, well, it not makes sense. Muhammad asking Allah to forgive his past and the coming sin. But no, the Muslims claim that the whole Quran is word by word, letter by letter is from Allah. The one is talking here is Allah speaking to Muhammad. And by the way, Muhammad he never spoke to Allah. Supposedly there is an angel, his name is Pizza Guy. The Muslims they stole a name from the Hebrew language and from the Bible, and they use that Pizza Guy name as Jibril. So you notice here that Muhammad, when he says that Allah said, may Allah forgive thee for the sin which in the past and which to come, Muhammad he gave himself an open license for sin, and only the devil gave a license to sin in the future. You see, when the Messiah he forgives sin, he said, and don't do that again. The Messiah he forgives sin, and the same time he says, don't do that again, don't go back to this sin again. Muhammad, his God, he says, go and do sin, your sin in the future and in the past. Is to be forgiven. Do we have any Abdul? We have a kid, he's just trying to bother us, but we will give him a chance. He will call us, he will say hello using a recording, and he will not talk. Let us give him a chance, this kid. Yes? Hello? See, we know that he is a kid. Just get lost. Savage trash people. And there's additional proof that Islam is a false religion. I mean, look at the Muslims. Look what they do. They can't respond to us, they can't answer us, they just try to disturb. That guy, he called me and he played a porn tape. Another guy, he called me and he asked his sister to talk to me. I mean, it is amazing how the devil works. They knew they have nothing to say, they can't say nothing, they can answer nothing. So the devil, he tried to disturb. If you are following a true God, it's not going to be hard for you really to call us and speak to us in a civil way and give us the answers we seek. You are desperate to find the name of your prophet in our Bible, but we are not desperate to find the name of our Jesus in your Quran. And that is telling us a lot. Always when somebody have no honor, he try to find his honor in different places. That is not the case of Jesus. And there is no way a Christian person will go and look for the name of Jesus in the garbage. But because Muslims, they cannot find an honorable position to their prophet in their book. Their book is the most horrible, funny, stupid book ever. They try to find their prophet in Christianity. And that's why you never see a Christian trying to prove that Jesus can be found in the Quran or prove that Allah is our God. because we have no honor there. There's no honor for me or you or anyone to be there. How about God or the Messiah? Muhammad, he used the good names like Moses, Abraham, even Mary, it just to give himself a credit, for he has no honor. Even his followers, they accuse him to be a thief, and they accuse him that he stole an underwear. Even the Quran speaking that Allah gave Muhammad the best of the booty. And you know, ask yourself a very simple question. Why Muhammad, he asked for wages? When the Quran says, follow those who ask not for wages. Chapter 36, verse number 21. It says, follow those who ask you no wages. And those are the right people and the guided one. So then we find that Muhammad, he made verses about he have to get the best of the booty. The same book, same writer, the same author, he get himself busted. And know that whatever you take as a spoil of war, lieu the fifth therefore for Allah and his messenger. And then he add like, and for the, and then after that we give to the poor and the needy. So we attack the neighbors, we steal their money, and now we spread the money between the Muslims. But hold on, the fifth from the attack is to Allah, and the fifth of the attack is to his prophet. And not only that, the best of the attack of the booty will go to Muhammad, not only the fifth. So how we have a verse says, follow those who ask you not for wages, then we find this verse. Oh, what about this verse? Well, Muhammad, he said clearly that you have to pay him. Even if you like to meet him. Why? If you want to meet with Muhammad, you have to give him some candies, some money. Oh, who you believe? When you hold a conference with the messenger, offer alms before your conference. Actually, it doesn't say that. It says if you want to meet him in a private, you have to give him money before you meet him. Why? Why? And you will notice here the Muslims here they says and pay the poor due. This is nothing to do with the poor due. The zakat is not the poor due. The zakat is a percentage of money you give to Muhammad in the top of the money you give him when you want to meet him. Not only Muhammad, he requests money for himself. Muhammad, he is claimed that his God Allah, he need a mortgage. chapter 2 verse number 245. Who wanna give Allah a good loan, and Allah will multiply this loan many times. In different verse, Muhammad, he went so far to the point he says that if you give Allah a loan, Allah is going even to forgive your sin. And this is in chapter 64 verse number 17. Why the God of the Christians and the Jews do not need a loan, and the God of Muhammad, he is desperate for money? And why the God of the Christians don't forgive the rich for giving money to God? But yet in Islam, if you give Allah, he forgive you, he forgive you. What kind of God this God is? If you don't like the translation, by the way, you can change the translator, no problem. We go to Yusuf Ali. Somebody complained about the translation. Even this one is more horrible. If you loan to Allah a beautiful loan, he will double it to your credit, and he will grant you forgiveness. Have you ever heard that there is a God, if we bribe him, he forgive us? So this is the God is good for the rich people. I'm poor. I cannot give you money. So what I will do now? You have no forgiveness. He grant you forgiveness if you give Allah alone. This is why Muhammad, he gave a promise to 10 people to go to heaven, and the first one was Uthman ibn Affan, who gave Muhammad a great loan. A loan will never be paid. You receive the money, brother, in heaven. Do we have any Muslim have anything to say? Same time, the Muslims, when they say to us that Allah is the same God in the Bible, how come we don't have the same heaven? How come you kiss a black stone, you go around the stones, you bow down to a stone, you throw stones, or all your religion is based on stones? How come your God, he enjoy killing Christians and Jews? If we have the same God, why the God of the Christians says love your enemy, the God of Islam says kill them, so your chest will heal, because you have a lot of hate. قاتلوهم, قاتلوهم. So Allah, he punished them by your hands and covered them with shame and healed the breast of the believers. Look how much hate. Too much hate in the breast of the believers. By killing them, Allah healed the breast of the believers. So your God is the God of the Christians, he's the God of the Jews, but yet he's saying kill the Christians, kill the Jews. And by killing them, that will heal your chest. Your God is the God of the Christians and the Jews, but yet in verse 5:14 he says that Allah, he will spread hate and enmity. In chapter 9 verse number 29, Allah, he goes farther, which is Muhammad, and says, you know what, you have a duty to kill every single Christian and every single Jew unless he pay me money. And here we notice that Muhammad is nothing but a mafia gang man, have nothing to do with God, because let us say assume that Muhammad, he is fighting kuffar who don't believe in his God. Why, if I pay you, I can live? Why, if I pay this God, I can live? How Muhammad is fighting the kufr? He want to make the whole land for Allah, but if you pay him, you can live. How he want to kill us because we believe that Jesus is God, and the Jews believe in a guy, his name is Uzair, which we cannot find where we can find this, which is to prove Muhammad to be a false prophet again. How he want to kill us for believing that Jesus is God, but if we pay him money, it's okay. Here we notice that Muhammad is nothing but a mafia. By the way, the whole the mafia is coming from the Italian mafia. They are the victims of Islam. When the Muslims occupy a big part of Italy or in Europe, and even they occupy Sicily, they force every person to pay the jizya, as you see. Savage people force civil people. If you want to live, you have to pay. So when the Muslims they left, the people in Sicily, they learned from the savage how to be savage. So they start practicing in the local the same rules of Islam. You used to pay to the Muslim yesterday, today you pay for us. Nothing will change. And this is how the mafia started. Even the word assassin is an Islamic. It's coming from a guy, his name is Hassan al-Hashash. The assassin, Hassan the assassin. And Muhammad, he sent many missions to assassinate many of his enemies, including women and children. A woman, her name is Qurfa. Muhammad, he cut her 2 pieces when she's alive by tying her to 2 camels. Do we have any Muslim have the courage to call us? So to make it simple, your God name is not the problem. Your God ethic is a problem. Your God is a child molester. Your God is a sex offender. Your God, he looked down at the women. Your God don't respect us. Your God is stupid. Your God is silly. Your God is a crazy. Your God even do not know how he created the baby. Your God, he think that the women have a sperm coming from her ribs. Your God, he think the sperm of the man coming from his backbone. Your God do not remember which one he created first, the trees or the sun or the stars. Your God is an idiot. So it doesn't matter what you call your God, Muslims. Your God cannot be our God. Our God don't believe in a sex in heaven. Don't believe in a child abuse. What kind of God he promised me in heaven? Little boys who will be serving me for eternity. In heaven there is a child abuse. I mean, we rejected child abuse on earth, and then we find that in heaven the God who they call him God of justice create 80,000 child for me to have fun with as serving me, even in sexual way. We don't have and we don't accept such a God. The least of the people in paradise, the least, which means the one who is not really good, the one who is not doing jihad, what he will get in the position is the one with 80,000 little boys and 72 wives. He will have a tent of pearl. And read the rest. I mean, 80,000 little boys. This is alone is a proven to me that your God is a sick maniac, mentally ill human being who have a fantasy in watching naked kids around him. And even he described them as pearls. They are very pretty boys. 80,000. What I will do with 80,000 boys, and why they are boys, and why I will have 72 women, a woman I never met, a woman I never saw, and the women they never know me. They are just created to be sex toys for eternity. What a sick God. So because there is a guy who worship Allah, I will enslave 80,000 little child and 72 women for eternity just to play with his penis. And then you come to me and you say that we have the same God. We have the same God, yet your prophet, he claimed, because he's a filthy in the mind and he is sick, that he is going to have sex with Mary, the mother of Jesus. Isn't this enough alone to prove to us that Muhammad is a mentally ill person? What will make a person who came 600 years after Mary saying that God gave me Mary to sleep with? What he think about Mary? She is a sex toy for his majesty? Here you see that Muhammad not only don't respect Jesus, Muhammad, he is insulting the Messiah and insulting all the Christians. Imagine if I say to the Muslims, Allah gave me the wives of Muhammad, they will kill me. But seeing their prophet saying that Allah gave Mary to Muhammad, that's good. But here you notice, you can search it in Google, you will find it in 2 seconds. It's in news actually. It's not only in the hadith, it's in the news. So yesterday I made a video about it too. Not only Mary, the mother of Jesus, Allah he promised him, even the wife of the Pharaoh. Even the wife of the Pharaoh, Allah will give to Muhammad. This is how sick he is. If you have my book, Sex and Allah, you will find that when Khadija, she was in her death bed, Muhammad, he said to Khadija, say hello to my wives. Khadija, she was his first wife. She was surprised. She said, what? Did you marry women before me? She was shocked when he, imagine even how filthy this guy, the wife is dying. His wife is dying. And now it's time to say to her, hey, in your way, you are going supposedly now to heaven. Say hello to my wives there. The wife, she said, did you marry women before me? I thought I am the first. The man, he said, yes, I did not marry women before you. But Allah, he promised me, Mary, the mother of Isa, and Asiya, the wife of the Pharaoh. How sick, how ill, how crazy. It's not enough for him that after his rich wife she died and now he is free from his slavery, he got her money, he start marrying every few weeks, having tons of sex slaves. Even his wife, she is dying now. He is not afraid of her no more. She is dying. He said, say to my wives in heaven hello. Who is your wives in heaven? Mary, the mother of Jesus, and the wife of the Pharaoh. You don't accept one. They have to be many, and they have to be the highest in the society. This man, the reason he mentioned Mary and the wife of the Pharaoh, because he is mentally ill, and he think if he is going to have Mary, that will make him the king. If he can have the wife of the Pharaoh, that will make him Pharaoh. Obviously, he is very, very ill. So we don't accept the God of Islam for many reasons. And all of them are about him being Satan. Not a single thing in the description of the God of Islam does not go against Satan description. As an example, When the Quran in chapter 5 verse number 14 says that Allah will spread hatred and enmity between the Christians, the Bible teaches us that hate is always coming from the devil. And this is why Jesus, he taught us to love, for this is totally the opposite of what the devil planned for us, or what is required for us to go to hell, which is hatred. Allah and the devil, both of them, they share the same thing, the same agenda, the same target, the same mission. I am going to spread hatred and enmity between the Christians. And if you ask yourself, if Allah is God, what spreading hatred and enmity is going to do for his benefit? What benefit will do for mankind? What is the repair will do to society if he spread hate? Who is the successful here? Let us assume that the Christians are wrong. Christians believe in loving the enemy and being peaceful to everybody. Why Allah is so angry and he will spread hatred between them? Because by spreading hatred, he can destroy Christianity. As long Christianity is based on love, and we love each other, even we love our enemy. So if I can spread hatred between those Christians are no Christian no more. Are you getting the point? You are a Christian only if you love as Jesus taught you to love. Not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. And what is the will? Love your enemy, pray for them. But Allah is upset. The Christian, they love their enemy. Not only they love each other, they love their neighbor, they love their family, they even love their enemy. How disgusting. How disgusting for Allah. That is not acceptable. So Allah have a plan, and the plan is, I am going to spread hatred and enmity between the Christians, because this is the only way I can make you an apostate Christian. And then, very simple question anyone can ask himself: if Allah is God and God is good, what is good in spreading hate? Any Muslim have an answer for this stupidity? He is God. He sent messenger to save us. He sent messengers to guide us. He sent messengers to take us to heaven. This is what they say to us. And then he says, I'm going to spread hate and enmity between the Christians. If you compare between the mission of the devil and the mission of Allah, you will find that Allah is more evil than the devil himself. Somebody saying, posting in Arabic, saying, لا تدينوا كي لا تدانوا. Don't judge so you will not be judged. I don't know why you are posting that. Some people, they claim to be Christian, but obviously they are silly. No, we have the right to judge, and don't quote the Bible for me wrongly. The Bible says, from their fruits you shall know them. So the Bible teach us to judge the fruits, not individuals. So you are being silly when you post that verse. Every Christian, in order to be Christian, he have to judge every day. The Bible says, from their fruits you shall know them, and examine the spirit. How you can do that? By judging. What the Bible says, don't judge a sinner as if you are God, because you yourself, you will be judged for your sin. You are no better. But the Bible does not speak about this in this case. The Bible speaks about judging the fruit. And that's why Jesus said, they will come to you in the clothes of a sheep, but they are wolves. So how we can know who is the wolf, who is the sheep? By judging the fruits. So don't bring me a verse from the Bible and being silly, trying to misquote the Bible. Every Christian have to judge. A Christian who don't judge, he is no Christian. Are we clear? A Christian who don't judge, he is no Christian. The judgment here is a judgment about teaching. The Bible says anyone bring another gospel additional to this, he's a liar. So what do you mean the Bible says don't judge? They take a verse out from the gospel and they try to fool you. If there's a priest as a child molester, should we judge him or not? No, we judge. So stop being silly and stop being stupid and stop being devilish. Be aware of those who quote for you verses from the Bible to deceive you. The Bible is not just a sentence. The Bible is a book. It's like Muslims, and obviously this person is a Muslim. The Muslim, they say to you, Jesus said, I am the Son of Man. You know, when Jesus, he said he's Son of Man. Okay, quote the verse after it. Well, only this sentence you like it? That's it? All right. So we have to judge, and we don't judge individual unless he is a person who he claimed to be a prophet. Then we judge him as an individual. But for sure we judge the sin, we judge the fruit. Muhammad was a very evil person in every way, in every mean. And I challenge any Muslim to prove me wrong. You know, there's many Christians, or let's say they claim to be Christians. They quote for you things, but they themselves, they don't even practice it. Don't judge, so you will not be judged. And if a woman, she walk in front of them and she have her hair color, they don't like it, they start talking about her hair. But they will quote for you this verse. So they judge a human being just for something silly, but when there is something serious, they say don't judge. Anyway, do we have any Muslim here? Do we have any Abdul? The Abdul are taking a nap. They learned their lesson. They are no match. I don't blame them. If I am Abdul, I will not call to. Who is Abdul is willing to call me right now, right here? All right, Simon. Do we have any Abdul? Who is Abdul is proud to be a Muslim. He would like to call us. Call me coward. What's your name, Abdul? Okay, I will call you coward from now on. You are coward. Because in order to call you, you have to give me your Skype. Otherwise, now I have to call you coward. You are the one who said to me, call me coward. Anyone? A guy, he asked Mimi Hijab, why you are escaping debating Christian Prince. Mimi Hijab, he says, why Christian Prince don't come here? All right. Do we have any brave Mimi Hijab? Or anyone, yeah, anyone he call himself Ustaz? You notice that the Muslims, they call themselves Ustaz. Ustaz, etc. The Ustaz himself is a donkey. Do you remember the Ustaz from Nigeria? Do you remember him? He called himself Ustaz, he wear a tie, he wear a suit, and he's speaking to those poor Nigerians, making himself like as a guy who have knowledge. Ustaz. Ustaz, my goat. Any Ustaz here? So look at them. Not even one of them, he have the courage or he's proud about Islam. Any Ustaz here? We are out of all the Ustaz in the world. All of them, they are in vacation. They are going around the Kaaba and they are doing Hajj and kissing the black stone. A person saying to me, I'm proud about Islam, but I'm afraid that this is the same kid who is not going to talk. But we will give him a chance. Let us see.
Somali pussy, Somali.
We gave a Muslim a chance to call us. Did you hear what he said? Guys, from their fruits you shall know them. No comment. If your God is good God, it will not be you. A person who is following Christ is totally different from somebody who follow Muhammad. Muhammad is the one, by the way, he did not say something wrong according to Islam. Do you know that Muhammad, he says, go and said to a person, go and suck the clitoris of your mother? Do you know that Muhammad, he says, if somebody is proud about his inheritance or like his family, tell him to go and bite the penis of your father? So this guy, he did not go out of Islam. From their fruits you shall know them. The prophet the same as the followers. Any Abdul? Do we have any Abdul? Look at them. Look at them. Just curious. Where are you from? I mean natively. Can you fluently speak Arabic? My Arabic is not fluently, is a fluentless. Yes, I am an Arab, and actually the first job I took in my life is to correct Arabic newspapers, grammar and errors. Do we have any Abdul? Anyone? No, leave Abbas alone. Poor guy. I mean, this guy, put yourself in his shoe. Abbas, you don't even know what Abbas mean. Do you know that the Muslims, you know, there's a guy once come to the chat room, and I look at his name, and his name in English mean, excuse my language, his name mean that he is shit. But this is in Arabic. So I said to him, why you choose this name? He, you know, he put his hand to talk to me. I said, how I'm going to call you with this name? Do you know what your name mean? He said, no. They told me it's a good name. He said, who told you? He said, his friends, the Arab. I said, okay, the Arab who gave you this name, they are making fun of you. Your name mean that you are shit. He said, no way. I said, I'm telling you, that's what this mean. And this is exactly the case of most of the Muslims. There's a guy, he was hired to be ambassador to work in Saudi Arabia. Imagine. And then they took his name to the king of Saudi Arabia. At that time, the king was Fahd. You will not believe what was his name. Anyone remember the story? Who remember the story? What was the name of the Pakistani ambassador? His name in Arabic, I'm not going to say the word in Arabic, but his name in English equal to the biggest, and I will be polite, I will not use the word the biggest penis. They are using Arabic words to call their children, but they do not know what those words mean. So here we go, this guy, he like Arabic words, so he called his son the biggest penis. And now the son, he became an ambassador. And now they will announce in TV that the biggest penis is going to shake hands with the King Fahd. And how they can say that? How they can say in TV that the biggest penis? I'm not joking. You can search it in Google. I'm serious. So this is what happened with those poor Muslims. They do not know Arabic, and they are abducted by this cult, where Arabic have to control everything: your name, your religion, your God, your prayer, everything. But you do not know Arabic, and then you will find how hilarious it is. In Bangladesh, they have a problem. The problem is men, they piss in the street. You know, they are rude like their prophet. Their prophet, I can show you the hadith. Their prophet, he always piss in the street. So in order to stop people from pissing in your yard or the wall of your house, what do? They come to a smart solution. They write in Arabic on the wall, so nobody will piss in the wall, because people do not know Arabic. They will think this is Quran. Or you can write Quran if you want. Let me find you the news. Use in Arabic. Urine. Let us see. Okay, here we go. You know, like if sometimes when you say something, people, they might think you are making things up, right? Okay, read with me. Bangladesh uses Arabic to stop public urination. And now, because they don't know Arabic, so they think that this is maybe Quran, or this is a holy, the Arabic is a holy text for them. It's a holy language. We cannot piss in the Arabic. This is why if you go in Pakistan, in Pakistan or Bangladesh, especially Bangladesh, you will find that every wall, every few meters, there is Arabic writing, and this is the only way to stop people from pissing in your wall. Just write anything in Arabic, it doesn't matter, whatever it is, like shish kebab, hummus, whatever, you know, falafel. Falafel is not here. Just try it in Arabic. Falafel is not here. The guy will not piss because this is holy Arabic. Let me see the other news. Okay. Look at this one. I found this one about guys, look at this. Sorry to show it to you. When I see the name, I cannot hold myself from laughing. I'm not going to read this because this is very dirty. Oh boy. It's hard to hold yourself. It's really hard. What his name is? Nice to meet you, Mr. Ambassador. Oh boy. They gave themselves names, they gave themselves titles, they give themselves a religion. Everything is based on Arabic, but yet they are not Arab and they don't speak Arabic. And then they got me a guy who is very funny, he don't even speak Arabic. His name is Zakir Naik. I cannot believe it when a woman, she asks Zakir Naik, why in Islam there is no woman, she is a prophet. He says, brother sister, they ask a question. Why in Islam there is no woman to the prophet? First of all, I need to confirm to you that it's true. In Islam there is no woman to the prophet, and this is very legitimate. The reason for woman she cannot be a prophet in Islam is the following. If a woman to become a prophet, she has to lead the congregation. If she lead the congregation, she has to do a wudu. And if she do that, she has to bend over. And if she bend over, all the Muslims, they will look at her ass. Thank you very much. And the Muslim like, wow. So the reason a woman, she can't be a prophet because people will look at her ass. May Allah ask you. This is why she can't be a prophet. If she became a prophet, she have to lead the prayer and she have to bend over, and she bent over, everybody will focus on her ass. And the Muslim like, wow, look at this answer, brother. Look how smart our brother Zakir Naik. Unbelievable, brother. And by the way, I'm not making things up. This is the video is there. If you think I'm making things up, the video is there. Search for why a woman, she can't be a prophet in Islam, Zakir Naik. All right. I am coming after you. Hey, Potato, you are the same kid who just make bad noises. You are stupid. I can see your IP. Take care. Brother, sister. Zakir Naik. And who is Zakir Naik? From no one to a millionaire. Any Abdul? But really the funny when Zakir Naik is talking, you look at the faces of the Muslims like their mouth is open, like what? Like this guy is so smart, man. I mean, can't like this guy? He just offended your God. He just offended your religion. He just made fun of you, all of you. He just said that you Muslims, if you see an ass, you forget Allah. And all of you giving him a hand. He just said that if she is praying in the front, you Muslims, you will not focus in the prayer and you will not remember Allah no more. You will see only her ass and you will be worshiping her ass. Any Abdul? Yeah, the funny Zakir Naik is a medical doctor. So do we have any Abdul? Yes or no? Mayday, mayday. No? Okay, look like we are out of it today. Why do you hide the subscription count? Why you want to know how many? I have a lot, tons of thousands. Why you want to know? I have a lot. You are interested to know how many I have? No, let it the blessing. I don't like to be proud about how many subscriptions, but I have a lot. And you know, for me, it's not really important about how many subscription I have, because if I count how many people subscribe to my videos, the number is really big. Not only in my channel, but you know, there's tons of people, they download my videos and post them in their channels. So you can count, you know, I mean, it's endless. No, Abdul? No, Abdul today. Yeah, my subscription, you know, like actually my subscription increased very fast. You know, each time I go on air, like, you know, like the number go really a few hundreds right away. And if you count those who download my videos, which is all over YouTube, I mean, I don't know what the number will be, because there's channels have no videos except my videos. You know. Actually, I encourage people to subscribe to those channels too. And actually, look, like, you know, like people, they post the video right away, they got really high score of view, you know. All of those channels are not my channels. They have nothing to do with me. You see? So if you want to count channels which is mine, I mean, I don't know how many they are. Anyway. That's not really important. This is why actually for me, I ask always people to download my videos and to share them around, because what we care for is sharing the knowledge, not the person. I don't care really for me, you know, and I pray that one day, you people will have somebody can even do better than me, and can carry on, because we get older and older and older, and one day Christian Prince will die. So I pray that time will come, and you people will have even someone can carry on, and even maybe he can do better job. You never know. Maybe have a better skills, like graphic skills, who can make things more clear, etc. Please welcome from Indonesia scholar. They are more educated, so it will be great having debate with you, my friend. If you can bring me someone he claimed to be a scholar from any country in the world, he's more than welcome. Indonesian, Asian, African, Arab, it doesn't matter. You saw that the Arab can do no better than the non-Arab, right? Do you remember my debate with Dr. Ruhi? If you speak Arabic, if you remember my debate with the Sheikh Hisham, not only I demolished him, I demolished his career. The same as this guy, what's his name? The one we debated last month, Sheikh Abdul Wadud Dudi. I mean, this guy, he keeps saying to me, speak to my sheikh, speak to my sheikh. Okay, he got me his sheikh. And look what happened. And he is an Arab, supposedly. So it doesn't matter for me. I do not even need to prepare. Here we go. My Skype is open. Don't even tell me what the topic is. Just give me a call. Right? You see, you notice that a Muslim, if he want to debate you, he want to debate you only about the Trinity. And the reason for that, he's scared. He is terrified that you will ask him about Islam. So let us attack. The first way of defense is attacking. And what we can attack, we cannot talk about Jesus for being bad, because nobody can say that. So what we will do, we want to debate about the Trinity. This is why Mimi, Hijab, all of them, they want to debate about the Trinity. Because any other topic, Islam is really stupid and nothing there. And actually, even in this topic, they cannot answer to. And this is why Muslims, when they debate, they choose someone he is not. I don't know how to explain to you. I will give an example. You saw the debate between Mimi Abdu, so what's his name? Hijab, Mimi Hijab, and David Wood. David Wood is polite, not being rude, debating rude people. You cannot do it this way. And this is a great example for Christians. You cannot play with garbage and you keep your clothes clean. So what happened in that debate, if we can call it a debate, there's a guy, he want to stay in a level, in a standard for him as a Christian, and he don't want to do mockery. And there's a guy, he keep making mockery every 2 seconds, and all the crowd of the Muslims, they do it on purpose. And that make the debate look like, okay, he is winning, you are losing, because it was about mockery. But do you think they can do that with me? Do you think this potato can do mockery for a second with the Christian Prince? And that's why they don't dare to get close to me. They always choose someone is nice. The more polite you are, the more easy target you are. Because we can make mockery, and it's not about answering, by the way. All the debate is about making mockery, because those people are not really in the level of I don't want to use a word which is sound like bad, but it is bad. If you look at this debate, I mean, how the Muslims even laughing at what? Their friend is being stupid. He just made mockery of his prophet. The guy, he asked him, your God have parts? And he said to him, scholars said, what is scholars? Your prophet is the one who said that. So because you don't want to use their own logic, then you are not going to be look like qualified to debate them. When you debate the devil, my friend, you have to get ready to go down in the mud. You have to speak to them in the way they talk. You have to go and speak to them with their logic, not yours. Do you remember the Somalian boy who just 2 days or 3 days ago he threatened me? Who remember? Anyone remember? I said to him, there's one word I'm going to say to you. Do you remember what he said? He expected after he threatened me, we will kill you, etc. Blah, 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 blah. He thought, okay, now we intimidate him. So he said, I know, you will say peace. I said, no, I will do this and this on your... So there's one of two ways. Either you make them feel that they were able to intimidate you, and this is the whole point of Islam. Islam is a religion of intimidation, not debating. Or you show them that you cannot intimidate me, not with your cult, not with your violence, not with your mockery, not with your God, not with your prophet, not with your sword. Muslims, when you speak to them in a nice, friendly way, the majority of them, they think you are weak. And the reason for that, it's coming from the Quran. And that's why always we say, before we speak to Muslims, we have to understand what the Muslims are. The Muslims believe that we as a Christians, Allah, He made us to be humiliated. We have to be humiliated. So when a Muslim he humiliates you, he is just being a Muslim. And when you allow him to do that, that will make him believe more in his God. Never allow them to do mockery on you. Any Abdul? Everything a Muslim he do is based on his religion. Somebody is saying where in the Quran it says to them to humiliate us. All over the Quran. Chapter 9 verse 29, chapter 3 verse 112. You know, let me find it for you. Hold on. And this goes for both the Jews and the Christians. Do you see it? Same can be found, you know, in chapter 7, 152, chapter 2, verse 61. So a Muslim he think that it is his duty, as the Quran says in chapter 9 verse number 29, to humiliate you as a Christian, to insult you, to intimidate you, and if he can, to kill you or to force you to pay jizya, as we see in chapter 9 verse 29. So you have to understand the nature of this cult when you speak to them. You as a Christian or a Jew, you have to pay the jizya in order to live, and you have to be subdued, which means you have to be humiliated, you have to be a person with disrespect. You can go and read the interpretation of Ibn Kathir for this chapter and you will see what they meant by that. This is why Muhammad, he ordered the Muslims not to respect or to honor Christians or Jews, or even to take them as a friends in chapter 5 verse 51. And that will explain to us why when they are debating a Christian, they try to do mockery. And this is the style of Deedat. This is the style of all of them. Deedat was an idiot. He did not know what he's talking about. But he came in a perfect time where those Christians, they themselves, they are idiot too. You notice that Muslims, they debate always people who do not know what they are talking about. And if you know what you are talking about, yet you don't want to go down to their level, still they will make mockery of you and they will look like you are the one who do not know what are you talking about. Well, it's not in their, it's not about in their blood, it's about in your blood. You have to change the way, you know, you speak to people about what, you know, if somebody respect you, respect him. If somebody don't respect him. As simple as that. What's wrong? If a Muslim speak to you nice, speak to him nice. If a Muslim he's insulting, well, go and be insulting. Actually, you should be always be insulting by saying the truth. The second you say that Muhammad is a false prophet, you are insulting. And you have to say that, right? So you always, you should be insulting, and because for them speaking the truth is an insult. So why you are holding yourself from saying what you believe in? You want to play taqiyya like the Muslims? Be a hypocrite? Say what you believe. Be proud about what you are, what you believe in, and say what you believe. If you don't do that, you are the same as they are. You are Muslim. If a Muslim right now and call me, he says, do you respect my prophet? I say no. Different Christian, he will start saying, you know, I respect all religion. This is garbage. That's not true. We Christian, we don't respect all religion. What does that mean, respect all religion? What does that mean? Do you respect somebody teaching child molestation? Do you respect somebody teaching rape? Do you respect somebody teaching killing people? We don't. What do you mean respect all religion? That is a false statement. People today, they are politically correct, and they are not really true Christians when they speak in such a manner. I mean, liars. They actually, they are satanic if they are saying, if they are speaking like this. You go to a church, you ask the minister there, what do you think about Islam? He starts telling you, God love everybody. And my friend, I did not ask you God, he love who, he hate who. Please, I did not ask you about this. I'm asking you, what do you think about Islam? The second he starts speaking like this, it means he don't want to answer. You know what I mean? Why you are telling me about God love? We know that God love everybody. Okay. Did I ask you even about Muslims? I asked you about Islam. But a hypocrite priest, he avoid answering any question like that, because he is going to be a person who like to be politically correct. Upset no one. Say nothing. Give no answer. And right away he will start saying to you that Muslims are from Ishmael. What Muslim from Ishmael? Since when? Who is the donkey he told you that? You go to many churches, they say to you that the Arab are from Ishmael. I am an Arab and I am from Ishmael. How does that happen? Who is the philosopher, Mr. Donkey, who told you that? Ishmael, his father is Aramic, his mother is Egyptian, his son is an Arab. Who is the donkey here? Who is the certified donkey? He told you that. But you see that in many Christian churches. Copy paste. They are the same as the Muslims. And now you go to churches, they say to you the Arab are from Ishmael. And not only that, even some Muslims, some of them, they say the Muslims are from Ishmael. Right? Anyway, guys, look like today we don't have too many Abdul. This video is not really important, so I'm not going to keep it. We focus more in videos we have debate with Muslims. We will try to have a broadcast maybe tomorrow. Maybe we can get lucky. Somebody saying Muslims often mock Christians, that Christian does not do circumcision. I have seen somebody asking Muslims if Muhammad do circumcision. Okay, so the Quran about Muhammad. Okay, you know, for the funny, if the Muslim they mock us for doing circumcision, where we can find the verse in the Quran it says do circumcision? Shouldn't you ask the Muslims, okay, what your God Allah he said to you do circumcision? Can you show me where Muhammad did circumcision? You see, Christians learn how to get the Abdul busted from their questions. Muslims are copy-paste people. Silly. Okay, so you believe in circumcision, right? Okay. Did your Prophet Muhammad did circumcision? Did your Prophet Muhammad did circumcision? Yeah, show me. Where your God Allah said do circumcision? Muhammad said, okay, if Muhammad himself did not do circumcision and Allah said don't, you know, he did not say do circumcision, so what do you mean you follow? Muhammad is the one is your God? Don't you have a holy book? In the book of Moses it says where it says do circumcision. Why in the book of Islam there's no place to say circumcision? Where in the Quran it says women they have to do circumcision too? Muslims are very silly. They are copying the Jews. Just to show you, I was going to finish, but let us show you one thing more before we go. Muhammad is a very silly idiot. And because he's a silly and he is not self-confident and he is making up a religion, look what happened. Muhammad was praying in a funeral of Abdul. Abdul he passed away. Muhammad praying in his funeral. Look, that's wonderful. A Jewish man who is a rabbi, he walked by. Okay. And the Jewish guy, he said when he saw them praying, he says, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. What he said? This is how we do it. The second the prophet he heard the Jew saying this is how we do it, the Jews he said sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, act differently. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, act differently. What in the heck? If this guy is a prophet of God and he is praying as Allah taught him, just because a Jew he said to you this is how we do it, you change the prayer? Have you ever heard of a stupidity more than this? But because he knew he is copying the Jews, so the Jews he said to him he is guilty, he feel he's guilty. The Jews he said this is how we do it, which means Muhammad, hello. Hello Muhammad Habibi, huh? Benjamin Netanyahu Habibi is watching you. So Muhammad when he heard the Jews saying Habibi this is how we do it Habibi, Muhammad, oh, I got busted. This is how they do it. So they got me now. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Let us act differently. In a second, he changed the prayer. Why? Is it something we can change? Is it changeable? Is it from God? Or this prayer is from a man? Obviously, it's from a man. He changed as he wish. When the Jew, he told him that you are copying us, which is meant here, this is how we do it. Muhammad, in the speed of light, he changed it. Suddenly, he don't want to do it that way. Isn't it? This is enough to prove that Muhammad is a false prophet. Imagine Jesus is teaching us how to pray, and then a Jew, he walked by and he said to Jesus, this is how we do it. Unbelievable. I mean, this guy is this is Zakir Naik. Zakir Naik was a praying, brother Titar, let us stand up, brother Titar, and we pray like that for the funeral. And then a Jewish was walking by and he said to Zakir Naik, Habibi Zakir Naik, Habibi Zakir Naik, this is how we do it, Habibi. Zakir Naik, in the speed of light, I think we have to change the way of a prayer, because they do it this way and we cannot do it the same way, so let us play it out differently. Isn't it obvious that Muhammad is a false man? If this is how the Jewish do it, and the Muslim, they say that Muhammad is continuing the message of Moses, so it's going to be normal to do it the same as the Jew. What's wrong with that? Is that correct, guys? If Muhammad is a messenger for the same God of the God of Moses, and you are praying the same as the Jews they pray, so what the problem? Why Muhammad, he changed the prayer? Because now he himself, he knew he's a thief. Inside him he feel guilty. It's the same as a thief. He hear the sound of the police car, so he think they are coming for him, but maybe they are not even thinking about him. But because inside him he knew that he is a liar, inside him he knew that he is guilty, inside him he knew he is copying the Jews, so he said, sit down, act differently. We can make it Arabic music, by the way, song. No, there's no Muslim is calling me. Don't worry about it. Muhammad al-Mazuri. This is the same kid with the Somalian Zuzi. Any Abdul? Anyone? No, there is nobody. The same guy. I blocked him already. And maybe him, this guy in the taxi, is the same person too. As you see, there is no way that Muhammad can be a prophet in any way, in any mean. A prophet of God. If he is praying to a God in this way, so what? Say as you wish. We pray that this is how we pray. So if I'm a prophet there, and a man, he said to me, this is how we pray, I said, that's good. This is the correct way. Correct? I will be calm. I will not be upset. I will not feel that I'm getting exposed, because this is how to pray. So I will say to him, good for you. This is the right way to pray. But because he is a thief and he is guilty, he knew that he should say, we cannot do it like them no more. Actually, this is why Muhammad, when he chose a Friday, the Jews, they celebrate the Sabbath. The Christian, they are celebrating the Sunday. Muhammad, he had no choice but to take Friday. He was just trying to act differently. Did you notice? It's not because you know, a religious reason as much he is trying to avoid to be accused to be he is a thief. The Quran never mentioned anything about Muhammad. Actually, Muhammad is not a name of the Prophet of Islam. Who is Muhammad? No, there's no such a person. You see, isn't it the Quran sometimes call him Ahmad and sometimes say Muhammad? If his name is Muhammad, then who's Ahmad? Sometimes Mustafa. You know, even Muhammad, he says, even Muslim they say that Muhammad have 99 names and Allah have 99 names. Those are not his names. The real name of Muhammad is Qasim. Ahmad and Muhammad is a title. You go to chapter 61, verse number 6. It says, Muhammad supposedly speaking here, that Allah saying that remember that Jesus, by the way, it doesn't say Jesus, it says Isa. We do not know who's Isa. The son of Mary says, O children of Israel, I am messenger of Allah sent to you, confirming the law which with you, and giving you the a glad news about a prophet will come after me. His name is Ahmad. If his name is Muhammad, cannot be his name Ahmad. Which one of them? But because both are titles, are not names, this is why it's come as Ahmad. This is not his name, and nowhere in the Quran says who is this guy. You see, the Muslim, they say to us, I saw a video once, it says the book of John written by John. John who? John who? Mark who? Luke who? By the way, we know who's Mark, and we know who is John, and we know who's Paul, and we know even their family. But the question is, and actually if you read the book, you will see John speaking about himself. Who is he? But if we ask you now, Muhammad, Ahmad who? Who is Ahmad? Who is Muhammad? Who is Israel in the Quran? Who is Abraham in the Quran? I mean, all those names, there's no definition for them. We do not know where they live. We do not know what the language they speak. We do not know their father. We do not know what their names mean. We do not know anything about them. Can a Muslim show me where in the Quran we can find where Abraham was born, what language he speak, where he is coming from, where he went to, where he died? Can a Muslim tell me who is Israel? Can a Muslim tell me who is Idris? Idris. Who is Isa? Isa? Who is Isa? Isa is the son of Mary, and her brother, his name is Aaron, and her father is Umran. How horrible. Quran is a stupid book. Literally a stupid book. There's no connection between sentence, there's no connection between stories, and we cannot even recognize the names. When they say who is John, okay, tell me who is Ahmad. He will say to you, we know his name, we know his father, we don't know anything. How do you know his name? Where do you know his name? You say to you in the hadith written more than 300 years after Muhammad, and actually it's not even written. You see, the Muslim, they say to you, we have the most authentic books after Quran. It is Al-Bukhari and Muslim. In case you do not know, the Muslim do not have a book, it's called Al-Bukhari, and they don't have a book, it's called Muslim. They don't have it. They have somebody claim from somebody that this is a copy of Al-Bukhari and this is a copy of Muslim, but they don't have Muslim. Same as the Quran. They claim that the Quran they have today, this is the Quran from Uthman, but nobody have Quran of Uthman, not even recitation of Uthman. They have recitation of Hafs, a guy who came more than 200 years something after Muhammad, and he himself was accused by Muslim to be a fraud, him and his father. So what the Muslims have? Nothing. And here you see the hypocrisy. You see a Muslim debating you about the book of John written 60 years after Jesus. This is long time after Jesus, 60 years. Yet he accepts Muhammad to come 600 years after Jesus to talk about Jesus. He accepts a witness who never met Jesus, he never spoke Jesus, he never went to the land of Jesus, he never know the language of Jesus, to witness to Jesus 600 years after. He accepts his Quran, which have no witnesses, no reference, no manuscript, no books, no written. Same as the Hadith. When we show them this, where is the book? Where is the original book we are reading from in this, in what it's called Hadith? They don't have anything. Do you like football? Hey, my friend, I'm going to show you that I like football. I was going to kick you out of here by a foot, but I will forgive you. Guys, when you are here, focus with me. Let us be adult and don't talk in a child way. We are not here to talk about football, and I don't have time to waste in stupid football. I encourage people to play sport, for sure, better than drugs and garbage. But life, you have a lot more things interesting than football. And the football, by the way, is not a game no more. This is a professional. It's a profession. It's about money. This is used to be an honest game between young people to play. Today is not. Today it's a game where people beat each other up. They burn the stadium. They kill each other. They use filthy language, racist language. It is not a good game no more. So me, myself, I don't want to watch it. I'm not a fool to spend my money over it or my time. Always a sport. As long as it's not for a sport anymore, then it's not good. And all the sport you see in around you, it's not a sport no more. It's a profession. It's for money. It's just to steal your money, take your money, and make money out of you. How that can be sport? Even like what it's called fashion for a sport, you know. Go and see what women. Once I went to the gym. I mean, this is not a gym. This is a striptease club. The woman in front of me, her panty is coming out. The guy in front of me, his penis almost coming out. I mean, this is a gym. This is a gym of Allah. This is the same gym of Muhammad where he said to the man, go and find a little girl so you can sport with her. You remember? Find a girl so you can sport with her. People are not going there to do sport. Look what the women are wearing. I mean, aren't you ashamed even to wear those clothes? What is this? They are going there to show their ass, to show their bum, to show their breast. They are not there to do sport. I know that's me. Maybe I am coming from the cave time. I don't know. But as you see, Muhammad, he encourages men to go and find children to play with them, to do sport with them. And look like the gym these days is nothing but a place to do it, to play, not to be healthy, but to play. For a place, it's like, you know, instead of going to the bar to find a man to sleep with, I mean, let's go to the gym maybe. Right? And maybe you will laugh now about what I'm saying, but for me, I believe this is not really right. If I am married, I will not accept my wife to go to such a gym, and I will not go myself. Anyway, everybody have his own personal idea. About how to live. and what to do. Any Abdul? Or what about the beach? You know, you go to the beach. I mean, the let me find you this picture. I have a picture. Let me try to find it. Okay. Oh boy. This is the underwear evolution of Allah. This is the underwear in 1700, and the wear in 1900, 1950, 1970, 1980, 1990, 2006. In 2019, there's no more underwear. And this is what the atheists they use to prove the evolution. I mean, you go to the beach, you look at the woman from behind, she's naked, she's wearing nothing. You know, like before they used to, like it used to be thin, and now it's not like nothing. There's nothing no more. And what they call it? The bra, sorry. The bra is not a bra, it's like a two thin things, and I mean, oh boy. Once I was in California, I took my phone to call the police because I saw naked people in the beach. I said, how horrible is that? And then a woman, she walked by, I was in the cliff in the top, and then I said, look at those people, look what they are doing, I'm going to call the police. She said, no, you cannot do that. I said, why you cannot do that? I said, this is naked beach. And the poor me, I was worried about the kids walking by and seeing these idiots. Naked beach. Right? And I was like, what the heck? What is this idiot? Look at this idiot and look at the, I mean, this it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. It's stupid, and it doesn't make sense. And what I mean, what you accomplish if you take off your pant and you show your vagina or your penis? Are you proud? Are you happy now? Do you feel like you went to the moon? Did you accomplish something? I mean, what is that exactly? Silly. Or you see a bunch of women, they strike against a human right, something for a human right supposedly, and they go naked. I mean, how silly, how stupid, how I don't know, human being is really stupid. Or women, they strike against rape by getting naked. Well, you are asking them to do it now because what are you doing? You go naked in the street, striking against rape. I mean, somebody have a problem here. If you are striking against rape or violence against women, you go naked. This is how you go. This is how you can receive your rights. Those idiot criminals, when they see you now, they might do something wrong to you. The rapist is a criminal. He don't care. But now he see a woman, she's stripped in the street. He will say to himself, "Look, she is inviting me. She is getting naked totally," and he's a criminal. So I know a human being is really weird. I don't know what they eat. I don't know what they drink. I have no idea. And sometimes I feel like I'm coming from different galaxy. We discussed Surah 36, 40, 22. All of those, Daniel. All of those. Come on, what is left? Let us discuss the whole Quran. Anyway, today we don't have really any customers, sadly. So I want to say thank you for being here today. I'm not going to keep this video because it's not worth it really. We don't have much here. But I hope if we go on air tomorrow, let me hide this underwear thing. I mean, look, I forgot the underwear here. What a picture. Actually, me myself, I look at the screen and what is that in front of me? Imagine you are married and your wife, she entered the door from your room, and now you are in front of the computer and you have this image in front of you. what you can explain to your wife? How you can explain to your wife what are you looking at? Let us see. Your wife, she will stand behind you. Husband, are you okay? Yeah. What is that? Just studying the global warming proof. Oh boy. It's good to have a laugh. It's good. It's good. It's good. God is good. But anyway, you know, always try to use the sense of logic which God gave you. Every one of us, the Lord, He gave us a gift. But sadly, some of us decide not to use it. And some of us decide to abuse it, which means our intelligence, we use it in the wrong direction. So you have always to be smart and decide how to use what God gave you as a gift to think. You know, sadly, these days a human being became very silly, very shallow. They have no deep thought. This is why we see the liberals, they are taking side with Islam, because in their mindset, anyone is a minority, they are oppressed, and the fact they are the one who teach oppression, the liberals and the Muslim. This is why YouTube, we make videos, they take it right away down, because it's against our guideline. What is your guideline? Our guideline to respect Muhammad, not to speak against Allah or Islam. And if you make a video, be hidden for ISIS, you know, as long as you're not attacking them, you are a good guy. Go and see the Muslims, they are making all kind of filthy videos for ISIS, Al-Qaeda, supporting Mujahideen, and their videos, they stay there for years. We make a video speaking against Islam, it disappear in the speed of light, and you receive a message that this is against our guideline. This is reality. The liberals, they are in control of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, 3 major companies of media, controlling almost the whole world. Sadly, all of them controlled by liberals. And those liberals, they sponsor anything is not right. And they say this is why they call themselves left. And this is why they called us the right. So don't try to be one of them in the way you think. Don't be shallow. We support the freedom. They claim that they support the freedom of speech, but the fact they don't. If you don't insult Trump, they don't like you. If you insult Trump, you are a hero. They will never take your video down. If you make a video be hidden for Trump or anyone, you know, like just to make fun of somebody, you are a good guy. But if you say 2 words insulting a prophet Muhammad, they will say this is a hate speech. Go and see the message I received from Facebook, from YouTube, from Twitter. You will not believe it. I made a post for a guy. He is saying that angels are white, and I said to him, "Have you I said to him, why you think Shaitan is black?" He said to me, "Have you ever seen an angel is not white," or something like that? YouTube, Facebook sent me a warning message, and they banned me for 30 days. I am the one who is trying to fight racism. I am the one is banned, and the Muslim is the one who stay there. The same is in YouTube. I mean, it's disgusting. This is why we are using this Minds, and I encourage all of you, please, to subscribe. Minds.com. You know, the more we subscribe to this company, who they are guaranteeing a freedom of speech for everybody. They will not take you down unless you break the law. You know, subscribe there, add your account, make an account, invite your friends. It's a backup communication always, and actually they give you about, I think, 15 to 20 minute video to load. And if you go there, you will see my video, the one I made last night. It is posted there. It's very easy to download the videos. Just to click at the video, play it, and when the video start playing, click with the right side of your mouse and click at save as, and then you download it. All right. So, you know, we are fighting, and our fight is not easy, but we don't care, and I don't care if YouTube with me or not with me. I will be Christian Prince today, tomorrow, until I die. I will spread the truth, and I will say the truth and nothing but the truth. Who like it, who don't like it, I don't care. Who stand against me and with me, I don't care. Never change. Always be a person who is consistent in his belief, and don't make them change you because they put pressure on you. Don't ever be a politically correct person. The second you adopt that method of life, you have to accept everything in life around you, which can be wrong. You know, like I hear young people, they are saying these days, I like people who they are open-minded, and I find it very silly. What open-minded mean? I want to go and live in the villa of Hillary Clinton. Be open-minded. I want to sleep in the bed of your wife. Be open-minded. What about, you know, like, I mean, it's silly, it's stupid. They talk about borders. We should open borders. We should open borders. We are human. Okay, can you let a poor Mexican sleep in your house? They will say no. All of them, they have very fancy, nice villas, and they have high fence, and they have guards, and they have security, and they have security cameras, and they have dogs, and they speak about humans. Silly, unreal. They are bragging about being a human, but when you try them, they are totally different from what they claim to be. And that's why they try to make this guy Trump, the poor guy, to make him like the devil. They cannot believe it that they lost election. They cannot believe it that they lost control of the country. Remember, America was controlled for almost 40 years by a Democrat. They thought they owned the country forever. And they cannot believe it that the number of those who they are opposing them is growing. And the reason for them to open the borders, by the way, is not because they like Mexican or like Arab like me, but because they want to get more voters who vote against Republican. It's very well known the majority of immigrant, they always vote for Democrat. And actually, me myself, when I went to vote, the lady, I asked her where the Republican. She said, "You have an accent. Where are you from?" I said, "I'm an Arab." She said, "Oh, Arab usually they vote Democrat." I said, "Because they are stupid." You should see her face. Unbelievable. When I said to her that, look at her face. She said, "What?" Because they are stupid. And I am not. And actually, you know what? Think about it. Those Democrats, they don't care for America. They care only for having jobs to win the election. They give citizenship to everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You are a drug dealer. You are a criminal. You are a killer. Just come over and vote for us, and we will give you papers. Okay? We don't want to have borders. Have you ever heard of a country have no borders? So why you have fence in your house? Why you have windows? Why you have doors? What about you leave the key of your door in your door? They leave your door open for everybody to come. You know, they are really it's kind of disease, illness. You know, they are copy each other, but nobody understand he's copying what exactly, he is seeking what exactly, what is the target when I do, you know. Look at the poor people in Venezuela. They have the same kind of mindset. They brought Hezbollah, they brought Iran, they brought everybody, but the poor people in the country, they are dying desperate. They have no jobs, they have no food, they can't even pay for water. The water in the faucet is not running no more. And yet this idiot, he will not leave the office. He preferred that all his nation die and commit suicide, but he keep the office. This is what liberals are about. And this is why, for me, I decide not to vote for those liberals. I love this country. I came here to be a citizen, not to be an immigrant. I am not an immigrant. Which means, yes, I immigrated here, but I love this country. And to the point I did join the USA Army. So there's no way a person who love America or love his country, or even he's a Christian, He will not defend and respect the country which he gave him everything he want. And number one, freedom of speech. So because of what I got, I defend America and I love America. And actually, it's funny, I love America more than those who they are born in America. You listen to someone is liberal, they are complaining America is garbage, America is stupid, America is bad. You don't like it, leave. Why you don't go? Immigrate to Afghanistan. Take a hike. Go to Iraq. Go to Somalia, brother. Or go immigrate to Mexico. Why you are here? America is bad. It's disgusting. How you can live in America and the president is Trump? Leave. Please leave. You know what I mean? So they are weird, they are stupid, they are I don't know what's wrong with those people. You don't know how lucky you are to be born in America. You know, I am not born in America and I love this country. And I notice actually that the one who is not born in this country, he appreciates the country more than those who they are born in it. And I will tell you why. American, he is born all his life. Buying a car is so cheap. You can buy a car for $500. I mean, life compared to other countries is so easy. You cannot compare living in America as living in a different country. What in America is, let us say, is a poor, in different country is a dream to be. Here, like, you know, you go in the street, you find a big screen TV in the street. It's a garbage. Nobody take it. This is America, my friend. It's in the street. It's working. It's good. Nobody take it. In different countries, it's a dream even to have a TV. They don't appreciate what they have, and they will never appreciate what they have until they lose it. And then when they lose it, they will wish to come back to America. And this is the nature of a human being. Yeah, you have an American friend who feel differently. Yeah, he's one of them. He must be one of them. Yeah, what's wrong with America? It's a very nice, beautiful country, actually. And you know, like the good thing about America, this is the only country you don't feel you are an immigrant, because everybody is an immigrant. If you live in different country, even if you stay in France for 70 years, still you are not a French. Same as in England. But in America, the president himself is not really an American. Right? But anyway, you know, the problem these days, what it's called liberals, because of what let us see, schools and universities. If you learn in California, you know, once I was watching TV, and this is the first time I get a TV in my apartment after I arrived to USA. You know, those TVs used to be like big, fat, big ones, you know, funny ones with big belly. I don't have a cable, so what I have is the antenna, the one you can receive for free. I opened the TV, and then there's a woman, she was talking about using 2 fingers. And my English is not really good, like I'm learning, but I mean, it's okay. And then she starts saying, when you are with your partner, so he will not get hurt, you have to push first the 2 fingers. And I was saying, what push fingers where? What partner? I turn on the subtitles so I can learn more, because I want to increase my English skills. And she started explaining, and this is the public government TV, teaching people how to be gays, how to insert your 2 fingers in the anus of other human being, and that will make it wide, so later you can do it easier. So what do you expect from those kids to be when they grow? If your kid 4 p.m. afternoon turn on TV and he's watching this, So you are wondering why they are like this? There's many people in those liberal states, they are crazy. This is what they teach them in schools. They forbid the Bible. They forbid teaching about God. You cannot say anything about God. Even they are suing churches for having cross in the yard. And then they wonder why drugs is taking over, why people are dying from drugs. Well, you left your population for nothing. The more states, any state in USA or any country in the world, they stay away from belief and believing in God and the Messiah and the Bible and the value of the Bible, the more you will have problems in the society. And number one, drugs, AIDS, you name it. Go and see how many people die because of drugs. Because you left them empty. They don't believe in God no more. They have believe in nothing. They believe in just having fun, sex, party, drinking, sleeping. Life became nothing but a life of an animal who his target in life is just to have sex, and then after he have too much sex, he's bored, he'd start taking drugs, and then after he take drugs, he want to take more drugs because he don't want to be awake, and then he die. If you go and see all those liberals who they are dead in a very young age, you will find that they are dead because of drugs, from Michael Jackson to all those famous ones. Name one of them is not dead because of drugs. This is what happened when people they stay away from God. You make yourself open to the devil to enter your house from every side, from every window. You come to your children's. Once I downloaded an app, I said to myself, maybe I will do podcast there. I forgot the name. I don't know what the name of the app. And then, you know, you will not believe it how disgusting it is. There's a children's going live on air in camera, and there's adult asking them to take off their panties. How in the world those apps they work? How in the world parents they give their children's access to smartphone? A girl, she is like, you know, maybe 12 years old. You know, I look at the app, like this place have like what? I don't know how many couple of thousand of people watching. So I became interested. What is there? There was like an image of like a wall, etc. And then a kid came and he have a lipstick in his mouth. And they are asking him to turn and it's do etc. And I was saying, where's your family? Why you are here? Where's your family? You know, but no, my text will not even, because the text is like a crazy. Thousands of filthy, disgusting people talking to these kids, asking him to take off his clothes. If I say thousands, I'm not exaggerating. I could not believe it, how disgusting it is. We speak 2 words against Muhammad, they take down our video. And those apps are running 24 hours. And those stupid parents, I mean, what kind of parents they give a phone to a child to be alone in a room so people they will abuse him? Not every family they deserve to be a family. Not every father deserves to be a father or a mother. They are busy taking drugs and their kids, you know, doing whatever they want to do with the tablet or a smartphone. If you are giving your children a smartphone, be sure that you make a code in the in the app store, so they cannot download those apps. They can corrupt your child. A child is a child. He is naive. He do not know what he's doing. You cannot blame a child, even if he do something wrong. He is just a child. You blame the parents, the donkeys. Hamid Sadiqi, call me tomorrow, Sadiqi. We are done for today. So we know we have to be careful, and always don't let your children without watching them. The world today is different from yesterday. Yesterday you can control the friends of your children's. Today, because of the internet, you have no idea who is talking to your child. So don't let your child have a Facebook account, and if he does, be sure that it's locked, and be sure you can check it out. You have the same password and you can read it from time to time. Don't leave your children alone. Translation: I am scared, don't call me. Okay, Hamid Siddiqui, aren't you the same kid who is playing games? Hamid Siddiqui? Okay, I will give you a chance to call me Hamid Siddiqui. I bet you are the same kid who is playing a game, but it's okay. I like to play with rabbits. Here we go. My Skype is on now, Siddiqui. What is your name, Siddiqui? All right. Will we just receive a message from somebody here at Islam? That's wonderful. I'm not going to show his name. Like not all his name. From Indonesia. Okay, I was a Muslim a few weeks ago, and I learned in the Bible honestly because of your program. Thank you, and open and knowledge Islam. Okay, bless you. Thank you very much, my friend. Let us see. Hold on, Abdul. Hold on. See, guys, how important it is what we do. And actually, I notice a lot of Muslims from Indonesia, they are leaving Islam. He is from Indonesia. I'm covering his name. I'm not showing his name. I was a Muslim a few weeks ago, and now learning the Bible honestly because of your program. Thanks to open my knowledge about Islam. God bless you. All right. And this is a person who is from Indonesia, just texted me. Now let us see the Muslim Abdul who's trying to call me supposedly. We have Abdul. I'm calling you Abdul.
Hello, CP.
Yes, Abdul.
How are you?
I'm fine. Are you
Yes,
the guy?
yes. I want to
Are you
talk
the guy?
about
Are you the guy in the
the
text?
right hands of Allah. You know what you say? I saw one of your videos, and you are saying Allah got two right hands, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Well, when you say two right hands, is as when two right hands, it doesn't mean as in figuratively, as in two human hands. It means as in both of his hands are just. In that sense, that's what it means.
What do you mean? Explain to us more.
Okay, when you say two right hands, right? I saw you drawing the thing, and you said, look, his right hands are, human hands on the right hand side.
No, I did not
Right.
say. I did not say his hands is a human hand. I said he have two hands on the right side.
Yeah, but it's not on the right hand. The verse, if you read the verse, it doesn't say on the right hand side. It says two right hands, meaning both of his hands are just.
Well, my friend, first of all, do your God Allah have a hands? Yes or no?
Yes, it does, but they're not like our hands. It's not like me, like my hands or your hands.
Doesn't matter. But he have a physical hands, right?
I told you, it's not okay. Well, it's not like me and you.
Doesn't
okay,
matter.
that's
Doesn't matter.
hands.
But they are hands. He have hands, correct? Physical hands.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, how you come to the conclusion that he have two hands and both of them they are right in the mean
Because
of
look,
they are being
I read
just?
the verse you put up on the
Okay,
screen, and
so
it
you
says,
are-
and
okay.
both of his hands are right hands.
Okay.
But it doesn't say on the right hand side.
But well, okay, hold on. So are you saying to me that if Allah have a hand in the left side, he is not being just?
Well, but it doesn't say this. But wait, okay, but read the verse to me, because it doesn't say on which side. It says, and both of his hands are right hands, meaning
says,
both of his hands are just.
Do you know Arabic?
No, sorry.
Okay, it says وَكِلْتَ يَدَيْهِ يَمِينٌ. Both his hands are right. And right here is about being in the right side. In Arabic, if you want to say just, the word just is different. We don't need to say yameen. The second you say yameen, it means they are in the right direction, in the right side. So Arabic is clear. You are reading translation. You are reading translation. The Muslims confirm, and you are a Muslim, that Allah have a physical hands, and both of them they are exist. Now, all what you are saying to me, that what it meant here, that his two hands are, doesn't mean that he have a right hand and left hand. Two hands in the right side. This is about him being just, right? But this is mean, according to you, that as if Allah he do justice by his hands.
Well, yeah, you can interpret it that way if you want, but the way I interpret
so I will go with you. If Allah he do justice by his hands, so why the Muslim they say to us, if Allah wants something to be, he say be is going to be.
Yeah, that's when he's creating something. It's not when he judge, because the right hand he refers to judging.
So your God Allah he judge by right hand.
No, wait, when he talks about right hands, it's like punishing people. You know, in the judgment, we
so what he do, spanking? What your God do, spanking by the right hand?
No, I'm talking about on judgment.
I know. How? Okay, explain to me. You see, I'm going with you. I'm going with you.
Yeah.
When you say Allah is punish him by his hand, how he punished by the hand?
You don't understand me.
No, I'm trying to understand you. So I'm asking you, what do you mean that he punished by his hand? What he do by his hand? What
let's go to the verse. Okay, listen. Let's go to the verse. The verse doesn't say, and both of his hands are on the right hand side. It says both of his hands are right. Meaning right, meaning just. Can you interpret it this way, or why does it have to? If a verse has more than two interpretations, then it doesn't mean yours is right or mine is right. It's open to discussion.
No problem. But my friend, I'm just going with you. So I ask you, do Allah punish us by his right hand?
Yes.
What he do?
Punish us.
Why? What he do? Boxing?
No, you don't understand me.
No, you see, I'm giving you a chance to explain. Okay, Allah he punished by the right hand. What he do? You say he punish us. How he punish us? Boxing? What he do? Tell me what he do with the right hand.
I'm talking about the verse. I'm not talking about
the verse. My friend, I'm talking about the verse. I'm going with you. You have to be consistent. You are the one saying to me that Allah he do justice by his hand. You are the one who said Allah he do punish us by his hands. I asked you how. Explain to us. Here we go. We have hands, and now we are going to do justice with them. So what you do exactly? Go ahead.
He's gonna do Somali pussy, Somali pussy. Yolo, hola.
Donkey like your father. I wonder who's your father. Let's see. They get upset, and then you corner them, and then they come from where they belong. Filthy like your prophet. Anyway, actually, always they help us to explore what Islam is about. And look, even when they try to defend, Allah he punish us by his hands. Okay, what he do? He give you a finger? Actually, yes. According to the hadith, Allah in the judgment day, he will put a flag in the anus of a Muslim. The Muslim, he will have a white flag, I think. Oh, sorry. He will have ISIS flag. He will put it in his buttocks. Stupid people. And I told you, I know that this is the same kid. You have a mental issue. But you see, You remember I was talking about family. This kid is a victim of his family. Obviously, his mother and his father, both of them, they are trashy. They are trashy to the point they got such a human being. He is a victim of them. When you grow up in a garbage family, your child will not be better than the parents. Garbage in, garbage out. This is why not everyone deserves to be a father or a mother. There's people they don't deserve. You see, animals, they can take care of their kids as animals. A human, they don't do even what animals do. You will see a woman, she is playing. I saw and he was like a child, he died. The woman, she is just sitting in Twitter. The guy, the kid keep crying. She don't want to go and feed him. She don't want to take care of him. And then the little child die because she is enjoying texting her friends. So what do you expect? Those people don't deserve to be parents. And if their child survived them, he will be the same as the parents. Garbage in, garbage out. And then we throw them into the society. And then they spread their garbage all over. If this kid, his family, his parents gave him time, he will not be who is he today. I don't blame him. He is the fruit of his parents. Be aware, my friend. Be aware. Take care of your family and your children. Otherwise, you will have a kid like this. And now, by the way, he think he's like he's cool. He think like look what I did. Look what I did. Did you see what I did? Did you see what I did? Yeah, we saw what you did. Yeah, hold on. Where is the guy? Let me ban him from the text. Where is this guy? We will find him and ban him too. Anyway, look like today we are not lucky and we did not have any Abdul to call us. Maybe second time we will get someone is brave for that. Hey, Hamidi, I don't want you to be sorry. I'm going to ban you too because I think you are the same person too. Yeah, he is the same person. He's a donkey. You have a mental illness. I like to take care of people who have a mental illness, but not in this case, because obviously here mental illness have nothing to do with being ill as much as about being satanic. You see, there's mental illness like which is a balance in the chemical in the brain, but this person you can tell he is suffering from something else. You have different kind of mental illness. Satan. When you befriend Satan, you act like one, and he take over you, and you think that things you do is really nice and cool. It's the same as these days. You see people doing stupid things and they think it's cool. I saw a bunch of kids throwing rocks in the highway bridge, and they killed a guy. He just went to the hospital to give his wife, she gave birth. Poor guy. He's just driving through. A rock came in the front of his face in the car, and he got killed. Why? Because they want to be cool and having fun. They are laughing. This is what happens when you have kids. You don't take care of them, and now those kids, they will spend the rest of their life in jail. I think the judge, he gave them 27 years in jail. Even they are kids. And I agree with him. They destroy family. Not only one person killed, I think two, and many other, and because they are enjoying, imagine they are enjoying cars being crushed, hitting each other. You believe it? How evil a human being can be? What kind of family they have? This is why when you are a child, it's very important that your parents, you know, they tell you what is right, what's wrong. You know, if you're a child, he went and he stole something. Let us say an apple from the neighbor. And if you say to him, wow, that's good, that's it. You just created a criminal. Even though it's an apple. But if the mother or the father says, shame on you, take it back and apologize from the neighbors, he will never do it again. He just learned that this is bad. So criminals are created since a very early age. A child is a child. He didn't know what he's doing. If the mother is sick and the father is a criminal, they will encourage him to do bad more. It's the same as somebody trying to teach his children not to smoke, but he smoked and he take drugs. How great the example is. Right? Anyway, I think we have enough today, and we will try to go on air tomorrow if we can. And this video I will not keep it. There's nothing really important. So guys, until I see you tomorrow, I say may the Lord bless you and take care of yourself, and have a great Friday tomorrow, and welcome the weekend, and try to spend some good time with your children and talk to them, see what their problems is, you know, see what they have difficulty in life, because everybody in his age have a difficulty. Don't think you are the only one who have a difficulty. A child, you have difficulty too. Try to speak to them as if you are a child. Don't talk to them like an adult. Don't give them just orders. Try to be friend with them. Try to go down to their level. Try to speak to them, earn their trust so they can tell you. A child, he is being molested by somebody. He will be afraid to tell you, maybe because you are his parents. So try to be friend with him so he will not hide things from you. There's a lot of risk facing children these days, as before too. Nothing changed actually, but today things became more aggressive and more ugly. So always try to spend good time with your children and share with them based on their age, so you can, you know, you can make them aware of how evil the earth is. A child, he think that the life is about a cat and a dog and a Barbie, but they don't know that someone, she is in the age of 6 years old, she is a target for a filthy man like Muhammad. They don't know. They have no idea what does that mean. So my friend, you have to be a person who watch carefully. Even the adult in your family, they can be, you as an adult, you can be a target. I mean, evil is beyond imagination. So if you think you are secure from evil, you know, you better think twice. You have to watch clearly. You have to be careful. You have to get ready for all cases. You have to educate your family, and, you know, avoid trusting people who should not trust. And most of people, they get, you know, let us say, they damage their life because of a trust they give to a person he don't deserve a trust. Don't deserve, you know, don't give a trust to someone blindly. You see, the devil exists always. Be careful. Anyway, with this, I want to say thank you for being here, everyone. May the Lord bless you, and until we see you soon again. Christ is Lord and Islam is false. And see you soon. Bye-bye.